France, Kamel Djadda, in the white boots. Although of French-African extraction, was actually born in Paris and lives there still. Hodkinson finding it very hard to get past the long left lead. Trying to work his way inside. But he's got a man of 31 against him who's fought for a European title, a former French champion. Although he hasn't had all that many fights, surprisingly enough. For a man who's been around as a pro for 5.5 years, Djadda's had fewer than 20 fights. Being made to miss Hodkinson. A lot of punches falling short, having to chase all the time. One or two cries of "Come on, Paul, let's go" from the audience, but maybe they don't quite appreciate the size of the task. Very tricky and difficult opponent. A lot of reach. Got him, right hand. That's the first time he's connected solidly with that. He's picked up another one as well. Round two. Djadda holding. Well, Djadda's certainly the most cagey opponent that Hodkinson's ever had to face. And getting a little caution from referee Sid Nathan there, Djadda, about incorrect punching. Djadda will be 31 next month. He was French featherweight champion from 1982 to 84, and he comes in here tonight as a rather late substitute, replacing John Maloney and Barnett. And he's proving a very difficult opponent here for Hodkinson, but there was one right hand that the young Kirby prospect threw, and we can see that again here. It was a nice right hand over the top, caught him to the head. There it was. That was a good punch, and he clipped him again a few moments later with another right hand.
Checking out. Round 3.
Hodkinson, the shorter of these two men, wearing red. Djadda stepping up the pace a little bit. Setting Hodkinson as many problems as he needs. Giorgetti, the Italian, stopped Djadda in 5 rounds in their European bantamweight title contest back in April 1984. If Hodkinson could do something like that, it would be quite an achievement. Yes, it's just as well Djadda doesn't punch too hard. He's picked up Hodkinson with the occasional right hand. Hodkinson wins this is going to depend entirely on whether he can land a really good solid punch on this man. He's not going to outbox him. He's got to reduce him by power of punch. He can't quite get at him. Djadda's very adept at keeping distance between himself and Hodkinson, but Hodkinson found him there. Fascinating this, to see whether the young man can handle him. Good punch, solid left. Hodkinson takes a very deep breath as he goes back to the corner. Confident stride. And Eddie Shaw, the trainer, and B.J. Eastwood, his manager, outside the ropes. Oh, there's a little cut there. That's very unfortunate. He's been nicked by the side, or maybe it's a swelling. He's holding the iron, I think they call that, against the eye. So he's got the start of a swelling, obviously, by the left eye. He's had such trouble getting close to him, but halfway through that round, he did manage to step in and land a good punch. What a good left that was. And the right came over the top as well. Good combination.
Check it out. Round 4.
So with the start of a swelling by the side of his left eye, Paul Hodkinson from Kirby, only 21 in his 6th pro fight. Comes out again against the crafty Parisian, Kamel Djadda. The frustrating Frenchman. Picking up just rather too many punches. They're not hard, but his face is getting in the way of them too often. And that's why he's got a swelling. Hodkinson doing well inside. He's got to get close. And when he jabs with some force, Hodkinson, and now the Frenchman is cut. The Frenchman's left eye is cut. And Hodkinson sees the blood on the man's face, and that will give him new heart. Actually, the best punch that Hodkinson throws in this fight is the left jab. It goes through very solidly. Djadda's eye no worse. He looks as though he's been cut there before. Well, this has been the best round that Hodkinson's had so far. And Djadda's not been able to get his boxing together. Probably a bit worried about the eye. It's not a bad cut. It's just under the eyebrow. Well, I was always told you should never use a wet sponge on a cut, but there you are. Everybody has their own method. Seems to dry it, surely. Get it to congeal. However, the Frenchman is cut, and he's cut in a rather nasty place. Hodkinson came in close and did some quite good work here. Might be somewhere around here that the damage was caused on Djadda's face. Sid Nathan's had a look at the corner and says he can't continue. Sid Nathan is waving it all off. He's been across to have a look at the injury to Djadda's eye and has concluded that it's in a dangerous place. It's not bleeding at the moment, but it is in a nasty place right up on the eyelid. And the Frenchman will be very disappointed about that. But I dare say Hodkinson will be mighty relieved to get rid of him. That was a tough test for the young man. He's come through it, but perhaps a shade luckily. But I think he was getting on top when the end came.
Well, a slightly unsatisfactory end there, but Paul Hodkinson certainly is one to watch, and we'll have a